guys, welcome to my channel Elite Wrestling World. My name is GhostSaad. Thank you guys for joining me right here on AEW Dynasty post-show review. Dynasty was a fantastic show tonight. We have match of the year tonight between Danielson versus Will Ospreay. Also, Swerve wins the world title from Samoa Joe. It's Sunday night and you know what that means. We start off with 0 Hour. First up is Trent Beretta versus Sydal. Trent survived a meteorite rally for a piledriver and a running knee. Trent slapped on a triangle choke to win, but he refused to release the hold after the bell. Sydal was ringside and saved his brother, so Trent attacked him too. Chuck Taylor ran in, and Trent bailed from the ring. Trent demanded that Chuck tell him which side he stands on Dynamite. As Trent backed away, Orange Cassidy's music hit for the next match. Trent was hesitant to cross paths with OC. He finally split to the side when Shibata entered. The finish was all about getting heel heat on Trent, and it worked, adding intrigue to see if Chuck joins him. Sydal looked great in defeat with a variety of offensive maneuvers. Next is Orange Cassidy and Shibata versus Shane Taylor and Moriarty. Even though Anthony Ogogo joined commentary, he still tried to interfere. Taylor lifted OC for a package piledriver, but Shibata saved his partner with a sleeper choke. Shibata booted Ogogo off the apron. Then he struck Taylor with a penalty kick. Moriarty blasted Shibata with a jumping knee. Cassidy exchanged roll-ups with Moriarty, then connected on a Superman punch to win. Simple good guys versus bad guys contest working to please the crowd. There's not much more to take away from the match than that. It was basically fun pre-show fare. Final match on pre-show is Bullet Club Gold versus the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn. Winner take all the titles. The Bang Bang Gang had Billy down after White hit him in the spine with a baseball bat and the Guns cocked 3-10 to Yuma, but Daddy kicked out. The finish came down to Billy and Switchblade. White survived the Fame-Asser from Billy and Mike dropped from Max Caster to continue the fight. The closing sequence was White dodging a Fame-Asser, Billy escaping a Blade Runner, roll up by Billy, kick out by White transitioning to a Blade Runner to win. The match did well with near falls and not tipping its hand to show the victor. There were amusing father and son interactions when the Guns tried weaseling out of a beating by appealing to parental instincts. Daddy still dished it out anyway. It's fitting that White and Billy battled for the finish due to the storyline material coming into the match. Out of all 6 involved, Daddy and Switchblade had the most personal heat between each other. The Bang Bang Gang now is the ball, so let's see what they can do. We start the main show with Okada versus Pac for AEW Continental Championship. Continental rules in effect, so no outside interference. That didn't mean Okada couldn't find tricks to win. He leaned into his heel status by bending the rules often when in trouble. Okada gouged the eyes to escape from the brutalizer submission. After a tombstone from Pac, Okada grabbed the referee's foot to block Pac's flight path. That delay was costly. Once Pac took the lead for a Black Arrow, Okada put his knees up in defense. The Rainmaker pounced for his signature Ripcord Lariat for victory. High-quality opener. The pace was deliberate with explosions into big moves or tit-for-tat sequences. The result was a nice chess match of strategy. Okada was amusing in his methods to cheat, but he did it in way-torn booze. PAC was his usual self with extreme intensity. Next up is the trios match, House of Black versus Adam Copeland, Mark Briscoe, and Eddie Kingston. Malachi Black played mind games with Copeland, and the final blow was the ultimate trick. As Copeland charged for a spear, Black missed. A spinning head kick floored Copeland for the House of Black win. Imagine how Copeland felt. The combination of missing and pinning Copeland should provide juicier story material to continue the feud between the TNT champ and the House of Black. Next up is TBS Championship, Willow versus Julia Hart. Mercedes has the winner at Double or Nothing. Willow's chosen house rules were to ban Sky Blue and Chris Statlander from ringside. Willow opened with aggression, and Hart matched that attitude. After Willow missed a flying dropkick, Hart went for the Heartless Lock. The babe with the power was too strong and rose to her feet with Hart on her back. Willow crushed a lariat and closed with a Dr. Bomb to win. The new champ celebrated with Statlander and Stockley, but the CEO stole the spotlight on stage to enter for a stare down to hide the future match. Next up is AEW International Championship. Roderick Strong defeated Kyle O'Reilly to retain the title. Down the stretch, Wardlow tried a sneak attack, but the referee spied him stalking. However, Strong didn't need the help in the end. He delivered a stiff dropkick to the mush, then executed his suplex backbreaker finisher to win. Afterward, Adam Cole walked down the ramp out of his wheelchair to celebrate with the Undisputed Kingdom. Cole also made it clear to give the stink eye to Wardlow behind his back. Next up is FTW Championship. Chris Jericho defeated Hook to win the title. FTW rules in effect, which was basically anything goes. As Hook worked for the redrum choke, Jericho went low for a mule kick. The story was Jericho feeling guilty about having to go to such extremes to teach Hook a lesson from his learning tree. Taz was not happy and told Jericho to get away from his son as doctors checked on Hook. Jericho used cheat tactics to survive then win. Jericho's intent was to be serious. Anyway, the result was a good call for Jericho to win FTW Gold, because that gives this story more emotional value moving forward. Next up is AEW Women's World Championship. Toni Storm defeated Thunder Rosa to retain the title. Deonna Purrazzo ran out to deal with Mariah May. Storm took advantage for a German suplex, a running hip attack, and a pile driver. She crawled to the ropes for the break. As the referee tittied up the apron, Storm kicked Thunder in the groin. A pile driver sealed the deal. Rowdy fight. Storm and Thunder wrestled with intensity. Next up is an absolute dream match. Will Ospreay defeated Bryan Danielson. Ospreay styled with athleticism early, so Danielson kicked him out of the air. Danielson flexed his skills on the mat to grind his opponent. That was the format for much of the match. Ospreay was flash, while Danielson was technique. The first holy moly move was an avalanche tiger suplex from Danielson. The next insane moment was a series of evasive tactics leading to a dramatic near fall. Ospreay flipped out of a suplex. Danielson ducked a hidden blade strike. Then Danielson charged back for a Busaiku knee. Ospreay kicked out on the cover, and the crowd erupted with excitement. Another amazing highlight was Ospreay struggling to free himself from a triangle choke, then managing to counter for a Styles clash. Favorite moment was when Danielson and Ospreay reset in opposing corners. They stared at each other from across the ring, then burst forward for signature strikes. They worked the crowd to milk the drama and maximize the reaction. Ospreay was a hair quicker to beat Danielson to the punch for a hidden blade over a Busaiku knee. For the finish, Ospreay planted Danielson on a Tiger Driver 91. Danielson's body was crushed and ripe for the picking. Ospreay finished the job with the hidden blade. This was billed as a dream match, and it delivered satisfaction. Ospreay and Danielson held the crowd in the palms of their hands the entire time. The pace intensified throughout. The sequences were creative, surprising, skilled, and dramatic. Next up is the ladder match, AEW World Tag Team Championship. Young Bucks defeated FTR to win the vacant titles. There were plenty of physical bumps onto steel objects and wood from tables. The finish came down to Dax Harwood and Nicholas Jackson. Matthew Jackson was taken out from a pile driver onto a hanging ladder, and Cash Wheeler crashed hard into the barricade on a suicide dive when his target moved. Dax and Nicholas climbed to the top. Dax bashed Nicholas with the title belt to send him falling down to the mat. Glory was inches away when a masked intruder ran in to shove over the ladder. Security corralled the beatnik to reveal Jack Perry in disguise. Nicholas had a clear path and easily climbed up to retrieve the gold. It's main event time on Dynasty, AEW World Championship. Joe pounded Payne early with a urinage onto the commentary table and a snap slam onto exposed concrete. Joe hit a muscle buster midway through, but the challenger kicked out on the cover. Commentary explained how Joe wasn't able to get a full squeeze on the choke due to his damaged limb. Swerve powered out to continue the match. The tide was turning when Swerve snapped Joe's arm. Swerve and Joe battled for corner position. Swerve leapt over the top to come back from underneath to powerbomb the champ off the turnbuckles. Joe had fallen, and he couldn't get up. Swerve loaded up the final blow for a flying stomp to win. Swerve was overwhelmed with emotion upon victory, holding the AEW World Championship in his possession. Swerve Strickland defeated Samoa Joe to win the title. Excellent pay-per-view by AEW. Please guys, like and share this video, subscribe to my channel and keep watching Elite Wrestling World.